What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the Orly In the Spirit collection. Now this is part of their Breathable line, so they always do the transitional seasonal collections, and this one is Fall Winter 2022. So very similar to the regular Orly line, these polishes are all cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. They're vegan, meaning they do not use any animal derived ingredients, and they're also listed as being formulated without harmful ingredients. But the Orly Breathable line is a little bit different. It's a one-step system, so you don't need any base coat or top coat for these, and all of the polishes are infused with argan oil, pro vitamin B5, and vitamin C, which is supposed to help promote nail growth. So we've got 6 polishes to go over today. They're these really gorgeous, very saturated jewel tone shimmers, and looking at them now, they feel very fall inspired. They're the perfect fall shades, but the colors are also absolutely perfect for the holiday season. So let me show you the swatches, then we'll talk a little bit more about pricing, availability, my thoughts on the polishes. So roll the swatch footage. So we're just gonna dive right into these because they are a one-step system. You don't need base coat underneath your manicure. So this first shade is called Cran-Barely Believe It, which is a great punny name. And this one is a really beautiful classic red shimmer. And you can see that first coat was just so impressive. It actually ended up giving me pretty much full coverage. It was a little bit light, but it did cover up my visible nail line fully. I ended up, of course, doing a second coat to show you what it looks like, but this to me is just the classic red nail polish to have on. I love the shimmer. It's not very brush strokey, even with the sort of pearly kind of finish within it, and this to me just feels like such a winter holiday color. So absolutely gorgeous, super easy to work with, very beginner friendly. Next up we have the shade Light My Campfire, and I knew as soon as I saw this one in the bottle that I was going to be completely enamored by it as soon as I applied it, and that is completely true. You can see it's this really gorgeous orange shimmer, and it does have a little bit of that sort of pearlized streakiness to it, so you can see just a hint of the brush strokiness, which is super easy to work with because Orly has the wide flat brush, so you're kind of destined to make easy brush strokes anyway. But this color has such a beautiful lit from within orangey gold glow. It really does look like a flame on the nails, and I just can't get over how beautiful it is. Again, super incredible formula, really opaque and really easy to work with, so very beginner friendly. Moving on, we have the shade Lost in the Maize, and this one is a really soft pale gold shimmer shade. And actually at first I was a little disappointed because I was hoping for something a little bit more yellowy, but once I applied this I realized this is such a gorgeous color in its own right, and this really does again feel like such a good holiday shade. It kind of leans a little bit into the champagne kind of coloring because it's so icy and pale, but it still feels very distinctly gold, and again just really nice opacity, really nice formula, and it looked so beautiful on. Next up we have the shade Faux Fir, and I have to tell you, as soon as I saw this name on the bottle I started cracking up. Like, this actually made me laugh out loud, so definitely appreciate the names in this collection. They were very punny and cute. But this one is this almost blackened olive green shimmer. You can see it's such a deep color and it's so dark and shiny that you can see a little bit of my reflection in there, but the opacity was actually really nice. I had to move away so that it didn't look like it was sheer on top, but that was actually just my reflection. It's a really beautiful deep color. It has that almost black look to it, but when the light hits it, you see that sort of olivey green coloring come through, and it is stunning. Next up we have the shade Oh My Stars, and this one I actually thought was really interesting. It's another super deep, almost black shade, and when you look at it in contrast with the rest of the collection, it seems to be this sort of blue color, but looking at it on its own, it actually has a little bit more of like this very cool toned purpley vibe to it, or even like this purpley deep silver chromy kind of color. So again, really gorgeous, a little bit sheer in the first coat, but did end up giving me full coverage in 2. And again, it has that almost black look to it, but then when the light hits it, you get this icy purpley blue kind of shade that kind of glows from within. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade All Misty You, and this one is a really deep, warmer toned purple shimmer. And this one I would say is actually the outlier of the collection because it does have a slightly different finish. It still has that shimmery formula to it, but there's an added layer of shimmer where it's these slightly larger flecks. You can actually see them catch the light as I'm moving around, and it adds such a nice extra dimension of sparkle and shimmer to it. Again, it has this very deep coloring. I wouldn't say it's that almost black color, but it's a very deep eggplant purple in low lighting, and then when the light hits it, you get this beautiful warm purple shade with the little flecks. So here are all of the polishes together, and I have to say, it is such a beautifully curated color story. I think this is always how I feel about Orly collections in general. I think that they have absolutely nailed their ability to curate a set of colors that look so beautiful together that you just kind of want to have them all on your nails at the same time. But I just love this deep fall, winter rainbow of colors. I love the finish. I love the depth of these colors. You can see that orangey shade, which is definitely my favorite of the collection, is so vibrant and eye-catching. I just think it's irresistible, but I love them all. So those are the new polishes in the collection, and as you might have guessed, I absolutely love them. I think all of these shades are just really beautiful, classic colors, but there's just something so elegant about having that shimmery, almost brush strokey kind of finish. I just think that they look so gorgeous on the nail. I think it's a very classy vibe. Now, I've never done this before, but I've heard that you can sponge them on if you don't like that streaky sort of finish, and it gives a little bit more of like that brushed chrome look. But honestly, I love the way they look with that brush stroke finish. And even though these colors are kind of classics, I just really appreciated the formula of these. I think they're so opaque. I love that they're thick enough that it feels like a full manicure without putting top coat on it. And just overall, I love wearing the Breathable line in winter. I don't know if it's like a placebo effect or if it actually does help my nails, but they do feel a lot stronger and a lot healthier when I am using it. So I really enjoy the Breathable line in general. So all of these polishes come in an 18 milliliter bottle, which is absolutely massive. For reference, OPI is 15 milliliters, SE is 13.5 milliliters, so you get a lot for your money here. And they have a wide flat brush with a rounded tip, which makes application super easy. And all of these polishes are available directly on the Orly website, or if you want to save some money, I saw they're also available from Beyond Polish, which is a nail polish retailer. And there, the individual polishes retail for $10.25 USD each, but they also have duo sets where you can get 2 of the polishes, and that is available at a discounted rate of $18.45 for a duo, or you can get the full collection for $55.35 USD. And I also have a discount code with Beyond Polish, so you can use the code KELLI to get 10% off your order there, and they do sell other brands besides Orly, so you can pick up a bunch at once. So I will link all of that down in the description, but I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this collection? Do you feel it's more autumn or do you feel it's more winter? Which color is your favorite, and are you planning on picking any of these up? Definitely let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I also have a second YouTube channel, my vlog channel, which is a little bit more of my day-to-day life. And I also have a podcast. So if you haven't listened to that, I'm currently on the 2nd season. It's not nail polish related, but this season is all about Star Wars. So if you're a fan, definitely check that out. I'll link it in the description. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my very first royal astronomer, Amanda M, as well as my cosmic admirals, Rocket Man's daughter, Paula, Kenneth, and Rosie. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Kenneth, and Kenneth wants to know, as an older guy who loves Pokemon and nail polish, you're an inspiration. Thank you. Will you play Violet or Scarlet, and what versions of prior generations did you pick? For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I love when the fun fact questions are Pokemon related because I could talk about Pokemon, honestly, for as long as I could talk about nails. But yeah, Pokemon is releasing a new game next month, and I've already pre-ordered mine. I'm getting Violet, and I picked that early because I kind of prefer the futuristic vibe, but I'm really excited for it. And funny enough, I actually don't have all of the previous releases of Pokemon. There was like a huge period in the middle where I didn't play any Pokemon because I didn't have the systems to play it on. But as far as the original like real games that I got when I was playing them as a kid, I started off with the red version, and then I had the gold version, Sun, and then I had Ruby. And I did later purchase Emerald, which is my favorite game. And then there was a huge chunk of time where I just couldn't purchase any of the Pokemon games because I didn't have the system for it. And then I didn't buy any new core games until Sword and Shield came out, and then I bought Sword. I have also purchased Shining Pearl from the remakes, but yeah, I didn't get any of the ones in between. I've played a lot of them, either on my computer or on Ryan's video game systems, but yeah, I've actually never played a few of the generations. I've never played Sun and Moon, and I've never played X and Y before. So yeah, I kind of missed a bunch in the middle there. That's it. If anybody wants to share their Pokemon games that they chose, you can also leave that in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!